Welcome everyone to the Massacre of Durmont Manor. I'm just I'm just thrown off as I've looked at the stream because it's like little boxes and then like jars ones.
Tiny. Sorry, I was just. sorry. It's
Oh,
And then like the Discord, that was just funny.
and they're like they're
I'm
all
using my
oddly
phone.
shaped.
It's amazing.
My headphones won't connect to my laptop, so I have to use my phone.
That is
speak.
no dramas. Welcome one and all as we take off on our adventure today. Each of you have woken up. This morning that you wake, you find a letter on your dresser in your various houses. You take this letter and you see that it is an invitation to the one, the only Manor of Durmont. Each of you are familiar with the name Durmont. It is a well-known name throughout the realm. It is known to be a place of great wealth, and each of you have heard of Lady Durmont, although none of you have actually met her. The letter is very ominous to each of you. It doesn't include much information. It just says that you are invited to a soiree this evening. And that is all you have to go off. So each of you have decided to take up this offer for various reasons. And attend this soiree. You each make your way to the Durmont Manor, which is a good distance. The Durmont estate rests upon a large farm, and as you travel kilometers and kilometers inland towards this mansion, you each arrive at different times. Now, I'm going to get you all to make a d20 roll, and let me know what you get in your private chat. And then we'll get into it. Are you serious?
Ah! That'll be it, though. That'll be it. We good now. We good. We clear.
Kill.
Ooh, I like this one.
Jeepers. Some very close rolls there.
Close to what?
Each other.
Yeah.
Just
Those-
waiting for...
those
Walks
were
into
all-
the manor, dies
Those were
immediately.
all deck saves. And,
Hands up, Pippa.
Are you... I can't hear Taylor. Can anyone hear Taylor?
Let's
she's
just
muted
wait out the
at
way.
the moment.
She's muted.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, there we go.
I got an 11.
Ah, cool. Ah, awesome. Sweet. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, did she?
Very,
What
very
did she
cool.
send in the chat?
Vicious.
Hold on a moment. As we, as you approach the mansion, Sim, I would like you to introduce your character, as you were the first to arrive at the mansion this evening.
Alright. I suppose the carriage pulls up, and for a second it looks like it pulls up, sort of like Cinderella style. Riding in front is nothing. It's There's no driver. Ooh. as I jump out, I sort of jump out, and as I hop on the floor, I and like prestidigitation a bit of sparks of and we're like, aha! So it is we have found the Manor of Durmont. Oh, the lovely lady resides. Ah, concierge? I'll look for a concierge. As I step out, I've got just this green. What do you call those? Like sort of like tailcoats, almost dark jade emerald green tailcoat. This
Nice.
yellow cravat around my neck. At the moment, I'm wearing this top hat. It's sort of slouched to one side, and there seems to be a little red band and an eye sits like a little eye badge sits in the front of it. As I turn, I say, "Myron, fetch the bags." And this little monkey sort of like, jumps out and tries to like grab my bags. It's just like trying to fetch my bags from the back.
You see a concierge rushes out immediately to your carriage, and allow me, sir, I will take these bags for you.
Of course, it's lovely to see such fine service here at the Manor Durmont. You might have to
Why,
apologize.
thank you, sir.
I may have to apologize. I've brought a gift for the lady, although I'd be quite careful. Do you have a menagerie manager around here? A zookeeper?
Yes, sir, we do. We shall organize for them to come right away.
Just behind me, just a smash on.
Might you have instructions for how to deal with such a creature?
Oh yes, I suppose that's right. You walk up to them, and if you have a menagerie manager, I guess it makes it all the more better if they put their hand underneath the we call them devil tigers from the mysterious depths of Zorhas. As he turns, there's these black tiger-looking muscular creatures, and they've got these big fat googly eyes and these massive tusks. He goes, they're quite friendly, unless, of course, they find you food. So if the menagerie manager's around, you simply place your hand under them, let them sniff it, and I guess guide them away with the real food, which will not be on your hand.
Yes, sir. I have made sure to write that down. We will pass that on to our animal handlers. You will be staying in Suite 1. When you get to the door, please let our steward know.
I'll do that right away. I have to do a Myron, and then the little monkey went, just run up the side of my back and just jump on my shoulder. He's got this little blue, like blue little servants tucks.
As you approach the front, sort of you walk through this down this pathway, and on either side of you there's a couple of hedges. You hear a bit of a scuffle in the bushes to your left. This is a massive map, by the way. You might want to like zoom in the old.
Whoa!
Yeah, it's enormous.
Can I get a? Am I able to?
You're all the way at the bottom here.
Can I perceive what's going on in the scuffle?
Roll a perception check for me, real quick.
Oh no, that doesn't look. It's a 3 plus things. 3 plus 8, so 11.
11. On an 11, you hear movement behind the bushes, although they're quite tall, and they seem to be with blossoming flowers. You can't quite see behind or over it. What do you do?
I'll just walk over and be like, I say there, is this where the beginner's party is? It seems the bit of rambunctious bacchanalling is being attempted in such a fine rosemary bush. I'll try and reach over and have a look to see what's going on.
Yeah, you pop around. Where are you sort of moving to?
I'll move to so it's to the left. Or to the
Yeah.
west. Yeah, I'll move. Me and old mate will move closer. You get a closer look, and I'll just shout out to try and get its attention, whatever it is.
You don't hear anything. Quiet.
Hmm. I will instead. I'll be like, I say. Oh God, how do I? I'll be like, excuse me, sir. I request the presence of your appearance. You don't mind me. Let me coax you out, and I'm going to summon this. Not massive. It's like
As
what is it? 10 feet
as
tall.
you say you request his presence and you say coach you out, you hear quiet.
Oh, this is mighty good. I'm gonna crouch down and just shuffle into the bushes with it. Like, well, seems all the fun is in here. My name's
Oi,
Mercer. What's yours?
shh, keep it down. You're gonna draw attention to us.
Oh, my friend, if I could see you, I think everybody else would have. Perhaps you should have disguised yourself as maybe something that moved more.
What? Are you? I'm not disguising myself. I'm trying to sneak me way into the mansion.
Oh, why would you do something like that?
So I can make me a bit of coin. What do you reckon?
Oh,
You think you could sneak me in there?
well, you know what? I respect your candor, young man. How old is this person before I call them a young man?
Roll an insight check.
That's a 2 for plus stuff. Gosh, good rolls. That's how I use all the good rolls. 2 plus 8, so 10.
On a 10. You definitely think that they're probably in their 40s. But they're small. They're a small person, whoever they are.
Ah, of course. Well, how about this? You see, I actually come here to make some allies, and it seems you're a man in need, and I'm a one in need of friends. Before we commence this, have you ever thought about what is there outside of this realm? As we both just crouched in this bush together.
What? What? Blimey, what are you talking about?
Believe me, there's an entire world out there just waiting to be explored. Its riches plundered. I need friends. And, of course, I need money. Would you be willing to help me out if I help you with this?
I don't know what I can do to give you money. I'm trying to get in and find my own money.
Oh, you don't need to worry about that yet, my dear friend. Instead, all I can do is I magically whip out a contract. I'm just looking for support. Just a basic signature, and when the time needs, I can call on you for, not much monetary support. I do respect those in need of money, but perhaps your help will be needed at a later time.
Gee. So if I sign this, you're gonna get me inside, are you?
Oh yes, of course. This is simple business as long as you do exactly what I say. I count on you for that.
Alright. Fine, I'll do it.
Alright.
So he grabs the scroll and he seems to sign this paper. As he signs it, you notice as he sort of writes with this ink his signature, it kind of disappears in a trail as he rides. It like appears for a moment, but as he continues riding, it just slowly like unwinds and disappears, vanishes off the paper with a little bit of a glow. He barely notices this as he quickly signs it. But on your contract, it's a very elusive contract. States a matter of binding to offer some money. Should anything happen to this person, then all of their belongings and their property that they have left over will be given to you to be spent however you deem fit. And there's a contract to say that they will initially pledge some form of wealth, whatever they deem worth giving. So the first for him to be able to pledge whatever he can before the day he dies, he has to offer up this pledge that he owes you, and this contract is binding. Although you know this, being a conman, being a fraudster, you know that you've made this contract to be a bit manipulative and a little bit in your favor. He signs the contract and then looks up at you and says, "So, what are we gonna do? You gonna sneak me inside?"
Right. Well, this is the basic thing. See, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make you become my servant. As I do that, I just look at the monkey on my shoulder. It's like, ah! Yes. Oh, don't get shocked yet. Watch this. As I step back, I'm just going to take 2 steps out of the bush. I'll be like, ladies and gentlemen, as a gift for all you who cannot enter the Durmont Manor, a show! As I just presses digitation sparks once again. I'm gonna turn around and look at the monkey, and I'm gonna go, for you today, you will watch as my little assistant grows in size to a large gorilla. And then I'm gonna stand up and be like, "Oh, Myron, into the bush and eat your fair share and become large. And then I'm gonna make the monkey jump into the bush, and as it does, I'm gonna snap to make it like telepathy communicate with him. He's gonna turn invisible as he goes into the bush, and I'm gonna be like, "Arise, Myron the Great!" And then I am going to cast Silent Image on top of this man and make this giant ape sort of form, just like it's sort of just sitting inside of him, and I'll be like, I'm gonna mind connect with him and go, alright, now all you have to do is be the gorilla and follow me. Don't worry, I've made it wear a skirt just for you. Ah, Myron the Great! I didn't know you were a woman! As I perhaps I should call you Myra! And then I'll just pull the gorilla out and be like, come on, under the skirt, we shall go. And I'll just use my concentration to keep this illusion going.
Yeah.
Every so often, I'll minor illusion some noises of like, or like noises to try and bounce it off.
Nice. So he's gonna pop out and pretend to be your servant.
As it does, it's just a giant.
You see, as you're sort of causing this scene, you seem to notice that people start looking at you. You kind of draw more attention to you than if you kind of keep things quiet. People start looking as they're walking past. You notice a few people like clap as this like man stumbles out of the bush with in front of a few of the people who are walking in. What do you do?
I'm like, please, although he is a docile creature, he does love his space. Please, do not attempt to interfere with my assistants. Oh, gosh. How do you even finish that word? Assistant! And then I just pause for a minute and go, assistants. And like, and I'll be like, you have been Mulligan, and just throw more sparks up in the air. If anybody bows, I'll like bow and look to see if anybody drops any coin or anything like that, and be like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Any
Cool,
takers?
cool. You know what? Roll a performance check.
All right. Oh, actually, that dice has been mean to me. I'm gonna roll another dice. Oh, that's not too bad. That is a 14 plus 9. 14 plus 9.
Yeah, gee. You see a few people start like this one lady that's kind of watching you. She was the one that clapped the loudest. Sort of comes over with her little purse and she opens it up. And she pulls out a few gold pieces and gives them to you. So add 2 gold pieces to your.
Ah, you see, Myra, these people are so gentle, so
She
polite.
sort of walks past and she's like, "Absolutely marvelous! I didn't know that entertainment was coming so early." And she walks off.
Thank you, Master Mulligan. If you ever need me, I'll be in there. Thank you. And then I will just walk out and be like, come on, we're getting in. And then that'll be me.
Brilliant, cool. We will jump across now as you sort of make your way to the front door. Oh, actually, no. We'll just continue until you get into the place because yeah, there's a little just before the next person rolls up.
All right. As yeah, so I'll walk up to the gate as I do.
Yep.
I'm going to be prestidigitating some like just some noises to make it more realistic and be like, come now, Myra. Myron, be good to the young man. Master Mulligan, I have an invitation, and this is my assistant, Myron. Excuse me, Myra.
You see swiftly this man comes out with a really fine suit, a monocle. He's sort of got slick back hair and a pointed goatee, sort of gold trim down his lapel. He comes out really upright and says, "Good evening, monsieur. Welcome to the Durmont Manor. I am Niall Bonnevet, and I will be your steward this evening. Please, welcome. Come inside. Have something to drink, and food will be served in the dining area. Please do not go wandering throughout the castle. We will show you to your room once the meal has taken place.
That's good.
Lady Durmont will join us in the ballroom once everyone has quieted their appetite."
Lovely. Sounds like a lovely lady. I apologize. Is there a restroom or a lavatory one could use in this time? It is.
Oh, yes, yes, of course. I will show you to the restroom immediately.
Alright. Get him to show me in. What? Come, Myra. My
Brilliant.
bottom needs wiping. Ha Sorry. Pull my.
You enter into the manor, and we will cut across to next. Sorry, let me just double check here who got the next highest roll. We will cut across to Jar as you roll
Hello.
the next highest in the initiative order.
Ah, I see.
Can you please introduce your character as you arrive at the Durmont Manor?
Yeah, sure. So, see just the horse and carriage pull up to the front. Nothing too fancy. A little bit of decorations on the carriage, not too much. And you see out steps a tall, pale-looking but broad-looking man. Very long hair with faded purple highlights at the tips. A fancy-looking hat. Not a top hat. Not that fancy. It's kind of hard to keep all the fancy clothes clean when you're out slaying undead. A nice long jacket with purple trim. A lot of purple. The guy likes purple and black.
There is your
yeah.
token there, if you can see at the bottom of the map.
Yes, and that is cool. I do like that. Yeah, and
Um,
I'll
Brilliant.
step
You
out of my
arrive at the
carriage.
Durmont Manor. Do you come with luggage? Are you prepared to stay a night, or
Yes, yes, I have luggage in the back of the carriage that I'll pull out and
you
keep
see
to my side.
these bellboys come out and start taking your luggage and greeting you graciously as you make your way up the pathway to the front door. Walking through these hedges here, you notice a couple of really well-off looking men standing on the right-hand side there having a conversation. One of them appears to be really thickly and barely any neck. He's just a massive, huge man with a bald head. Just kind of carries this cane with a nice pearl on the end of it. The other man is wearing a nice fur overcoat and has these really intricate golden discs that he wears around his neck. And underneath, he's got this armor, gold-plated armor, sort of like a brass-plated armor underneath. And they appear to be in conversation together. What do you do?
I will walk up to the two of them and introduce myself. So I'll
Um,
walk up and excuse me, gentlemen. Maxim Borderline. Who may you be?
Which one are you sort of particularly talking to first?
I'm kinda
Any reference to?
not nah. I'm just looking at that area, not looking at anyone in particular, just that area.
Cool. You see the larger one of the two, this one up here. He looks at you. He's kind of got this real bulbous presence. He looks down at you. He's quite a massive man and just reaches out a hand and he says, "Pleasure to meet you. My name is Aramaeus Webster."
Aramaeus Webster. It is a pleasure.
Yes.
Now,
And likewise, welcome to the Durmont Manor. How are you staying for long? Have you got a couple of nights, or are you here for the duration of the evening?
I am here for as long as Lady Durmont will have me.
You see this man that he's talking to. He kind of turns and looks at you. Really stern look on his face. It's kind of got grey long hair, and he looks and says, "My name is Cornwell Parkus. At your service."
Pleasure. Now,
Say, what brings you to the Durmont Manor this evening?
well, to be honest, not quite sure why I'm here. Got an invitation one night. Thought, why the hell not? You know, it's risky business doing the line of work that I do. So I thought I would let off a bit of steam, you see.
Indeed. And may I ask what line of work that happens to be?
Oh, so you've not heard of the Borderline family? One of the greatest undead huntering families to ever exist.
Oh, they both rolled terribly. I'm afraid I do not have any recollection of a Baudelaire family. What is it that you hunt, Elk Boy? Actually, how old is your character? Actually, I didn't even ask.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
It looks
Yes.
um,
It looks like his
He's
character
quite
looks
old,
like Van
isn't he?
Helsing
Yeah.
from like the old
He is
Dracula
very
film.
Van Helsing. You said
How
let me
old does he
rephrase that.
look?
Yeah. He says,
Oh,
I have not heard of the... Do you hunt elk?
no. I hunt more of the undead abominations, vampires, ghouls, ghosts, wraiths, those kind of things.
Ah, yes. Well, I hunt a different kind of creature.
And what would that be?
You see, Aramath looks across. Why, he hunts people, boy. He hunts people.
Similar job, I would say, but
Well, I'm not
one must
sure
make
you
their
could
own
say
way.
that. You happen to be looking at General Cornwell Parkus.
Oh, my apologies, General. I did not know I was in presence of such esteemed guests.
No, listen, it is okay. And please, ignore the mayor here. I don't actually hunt people. I send people to find criminals that need to be brought to justice.
A righteous cause?
Indeed. Well, I think it is time that we get inside. I think the supper has been served.
Of course. Please,
You see, Aramath
after
looks
you.
quite excited. Before General Parkus has finished the conversation, what his statement, Aramath's already turned around and starts at the sound of food. You hear him just, yes, quite rather hungry, and he makes his way inside. Um, what do you do?
I will follow behind. Um, just, just the hazards of work. I'll keep an eye out for anything that looks weird to me, just in case. Still in a little bit of work mode.
Do you sort of walk past or go to walk past General Parkus? Um, you see, he kind of grabs your arm and pulls you in closer, and says, "So you're a Baudelaire."
Correct?
You might want to be careful where you go sharing that information.
Oh,
You see,
and
the mayor is not particularly fond of people that go about bringing things to justice. Things with proclivity to be alive when they are no longer alive.
of course, I'm sure I understand what you are getting at, sir.
Just be mindful. A mayor of such a town is no one to be trifled with.
I do understand.
And you see he walks off. And then he goes inside. Do you make your way up to the? Are you following them into the manor?
Yeah, I'll keep a little bit of distance from them as I make my way up
Cool.
into the manor.
As you approach the manor and knock on the door, uh, this man, again in this elegant suit, approaches and seems to be sporting this nice goatee. Looks at you and says, "Ah, welcome, monsieur. Let me just check to see if your name is on the list. What is your name?"
Maxim Borderline. Pleasure.
You see, he starts looking for his list. He says, "Ah, very well. I have a Maxim Baudelaire here. You will be staying in suite number 2. But if you could please follow me into the dining area. Supper is about to be served."
Of course. and I'll
And you
follow.
follow him in? Cool. Up next, arriving at the mansion, is... Actually, can I get... Gee. Can I get Taylor and Liz, can you guys roll another d20? You both got 11.
Fuck. I rolled a 20.
Hey!
You rolled a 20?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Alright.
19.
Oh!
So close. So close.
Please. Taylor, you arrive at the manor next. Can you please introduce your character?
Well, so I would either arrive at the manor just a plain carriage with one horse. I would step out of the carriage, and I think the first thing people would notice is it's like very white hair, almost it almost looks like snow. So I didn't know how to make a token, so I just had to screenshot it and then
No,
crop it.
I've got a token for you.
Oh, you do?
Yep, I made one.
Oh, okay, sweet. Thank you.
Here's your token.
You would also notice a small puppy in my arms. But that's really it, really. There's not much to me.
Cool. As you arrive at the manor, you see a couple of concierges come out to your cart, and you see some people sort of dragging away this this other creature has kind of got horns and big googly eyes. It kind of looks like a really massive dog. And as a couple of them start like sort of dragging this thing, trying to keep it under control, you see they look back at you arriving with this puppy, and one of them sort of does a we've got some more. Some more people start like running out from behind the manor and come to receive the puppy. One of the concierges asks you, is this one of your puppies, or are you taking this for Lady Durmont?
Telepathically, he would hear in his head that it's a gift for Lady Durmont.
Indeed. What a gracious gift. I will ensure that it is taken care of, and Lady Durmont knows where it came from. Can I get your name?
Can I? Oh yeah, in his head again.
Yeah.
I just introduced myself and tell him my name is Mariquita.
Yeah.
And that's it.
He says, "Oh, indeed. For a moment there, I thought I was hearing you inside my head, and now I feel like you're talking without opening your mouth. Whatever's going on, welcome. Please, inside, and we will take care of the puppy for you. Mrs. Marquetta."
I will either follow him to the doors, or I'll just walk straight
He sort of
past him.
points. He sort of points with his arm. He kind of where he meets you is down here where the carts. There's kind of like a round driveway where the carts drive in. You jump out and then walk up this pathway to the front entrance. You make your way up to the front door where you are met by the domo of the house. He sort of walks out and graciously, "Good evening, madam. Welcome to the Durmont Manor. Can I please have your name?"
Were the letters addressed to us individually?
They were.
Okay. Can I hand him my invitation instead?
Oh, you brought your invitation? Cool. You pass him your invitation and he sort of opens it up and has a look. "Ah, Roll an insight check.
A 13.
13. You notice there's kind of a surprised look on his face. You're kind of unsure what they might mean, but sort of as he opens up this letter and takes a look, he kind of does a double take, looks at you, and then he says, of course. Please, make yourself at home. I will take you to the dining area where supper is about to be served. You will be staying in suite number 3. If there's anything that I can do for you while you are here, all you need to do is call my name. I am Niall Bonavet. He kind of looks at you, waiting for you to reply, and like you don't say anything. He's,
I just walk in.
we go inside? Yes, of course. Please. And he escorts you into the manor. I guess that leaves Liz and Vincent. Let's go, Liz.
Okay. So, there will be no carriage for me. Instead, you see this, or everybody outside sees this tiny, and I mean like firefly-sized ball of golden light. It slowly starts spinning and growing bigger and bigger until Myra steps out. Myra is 6 feet tall and she weighs 55 kgs, so she's incredibly skinny. Literal skin and bones. She has white hair, red eyes, and is wearing a black cloak with like black or navy clothes underneath and with silver trim on them. And she has a silver crown that has got a red gem in the center that is giving off a little red light around her head, and then she has red eyes as well. So if you're looking out, that's what she looks like. Yeah.
You make your way up the pathway.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I've just lost my LB link. Where is it? Whoops. Sorry, one moment. You notice a few people kind of talking and making their last effort to head inside the manor. Something that catches your eye. Can you roll a perception check? Let's see if it does indeed catch your eye.
$21.
21?
Yeah.
You notice a large man kind of walking in. He's carrying what appears to be a case in a really odd shape. What strikes you about this person is that they are covered in fur. He's kind of wearing a white shirt. He's really broad in the shoulders, and he's wearing he's got some suspenders on. He's got this a fedora on his head as well, and he's kind of smoking a pipe out the one side of his mouth. As he walks in, he's got this white tie on. He kind of walks past you and brushes your shoulder, but doesn't say anything, and he sort of continues walking, making his way up into the manor.
Do I have any indication about whether I can tell whether the fur he's wearing is real or fake?
What he's wearing?
Yeah. He said he was wearing fur.
I'm going to say roll an insight check for that.
17.
17?
Yeah.
It looks authentic.
Okay.
The hair sort of flows in a way that it looks like he can't be wearing some kind of disguise or a fur suit.
I will wave him past me. as he brushes my shoulder briskly. And just gesture him with one hand towards the door.
Barely even notices you, and he continues walking.
Right, I will trail behind him.
Cool. He kind of just, as he gets to the front door, he kind of just walks straight through. Niall, who's standing at the front door, the steward at the front door doesn't seem to acknowledge him. You get the sense that he's been coming and going, or he's been in and out.
Yeah.
Cool. You make your way up to the front door.
Yeah.
As you arrive, oh, did I get you to introduce your character? Yeah, you introduce your character.
Yeah.
As you arrive at the front door, you see this thin, goateed man who looks down at you, or across at you, actually, I should say. You're 6 foot tall. And he says to you, "Ah, Madam Myra, please, welcome. Welcome to the Durmont Manor. We have been waiting your presence. Dinner is about to be served. Will you be staying for the evening?"
Well, now, unless I feel that nature calls, if you know what I mean. But if Lady Durmont wants me here, I cannot help but answer.
Well, there is a room for you if you should like to stay. You will be staying in suite number 4. But if you feel like, as you say, nature calls, that is up to you. You can leave or you can stay. I can
We shall
assure
see.
you that Lady Durmont offers all her guests a room to stay. Her generosity far stretches out beyond these 4 walls. Or if I should say, 17, because it is a large building.
Yes, I'm sure Lady Durmont offers rather a large extent of comfort here.
Yes, nothing but the finest of comfort for our guests, of course.
May I bother you with one small question?
Yes, but it would not be a bother at all, madam.
The man that came just before me, who was he?
That is Tony.
Oh. Does he live here at the manor, or is he a guest of Lady Durmont?
No. Tony Takini is a security guard.
I see. I only noticed because he brushed past and nobody glanced, so I figured he must have been someone of importance, or at least known by the staff.
I must apologize. I will speak to him. He is another guest, but he is here for the entertainment.
Of course.
Strictly.
No need, all
We will
guests
make sure
are
that there is no more inconveniences caused by Tony.
There is no need. All guests of Durmont, I sure have their place.
Indeed. I appreciate your forgetfulness.
The first one is free, the second one will cost you.
And then she'll make her way inside.
Brilliant. You head into the manor. Alrighty. Up next is Nico. Please describe your character as you arrive at the Durmont Manor.
Well, you see, Winston here comes in a carriage with a driver and 1 horse. And as it pulls up, he steps out and he pays the driver, thanking him as he rides away. And he walks his way up. You notice that he's in a kind of a black and yellow suit, not too overpowering with one color, but a mix of 2. You see he carries a cane with him, but he has no limp.
Excellent. Winsome, you come to this manor. What brings you to the manor after receiving this strange invitation?
Curiosity of some important. Although I have heard of Durmont and our families have been close in the past, but I have never yet.
Brilliant. As you arrive, kind of late to the party, everyone's sort of gone. You don't see anyone else around the front entrance of the manor. What do you do?
Approach the door. Kind of just looking around, see if there's anything special about the place.
You get to the front door. You see this Domo walk out and look at you and says, "Oh, Monsieur Holmes, welcome to the Durmont Manor this evening. I am grateful that you could attend."
I wouldn't miss it. Hand them a bag. This is for Miss Durmont.
Oh, you can give her the gift yourself if you would prefer, or I can take it for you.
I think it would be better if I get it. Thank you.
Very well. I can assure you that Lady Durmont looks forward to meeting you.
Tell me, has there been any strange personnel that have came in?
Any strange?
People.
I am not sure what you mean by strange people. Everyone here has been invited to attend this soiree, and I can assure you that Lady Durmont only finds herself with the company of some of the greatest and most wealthiest individuals.
That is understandable. I'm sure if your eye could catch it, then no eye could.
Would you like to come inside for supper? It is about to be served.
That would be nice.
And one more question, Mr. Holmes. Are you staying for the evening?
Yes. I think I will.
You will be staying in suite number 5.
Thank you.
Right this way. Please. And he puts his arm out for you to enter into the house. And you make your way into the manor. While everyone else was sort of coming in, sorry, I just have to look at. Oh, Mercily. You've been sort of in the lounge, in the dining room. Sorry, mixing with everyone. Let me just uncover this ring here. Gee. There we go. As you head off to the as you headed off to the bathroom, did you keep your how was that sort of?
Yes.
What were you doing?
So what I'll do is when I head into the bathroom, I'll call. Mario's gonna go with me. As I walk to the bathroom, is there people in there or
No.
Okay. As I get in, I'll turn around and I'll be mind talking to him, so I'll be telepathically talking to him, but I'll do my lips so he thinks that I'm talking to him normally, like when I'll be like, so here's the deal. You're not that high class dressed to be in here As I look at his clothes, are they just like tatty,
Rugged.
just rugged?
Yep. Tatty as.
All right. As it is, I'll go. He goes. First things first. I'm gonna go. I'll be like, Myra, become a human, and just look around and act like, see if just in case someone's watching, and then I'll poof, and then I'll drop the illusion, so then he pops up there. I'll be like, oh, Myra, so rugged looking. Let's clean you up. I'll try and press his digitation, try to like
Yep.
clean him up, try to make him look a bit fancy. How does it look so far?
Yeah, I'll say that you successfully managed to sort of clean off a lot of the dirt, kind of restore a little bit of the, a natural cloth look. Although a couple of the holes and patches, or like areas where he's obviously sewed on different color, material just to cover a hole, it kind of still remains as you press the digitation over.
I'll be like, I see. I wouldn't stay too close to people. I believe you know how to.
Oh no, don't worry about me. I'll blend right in. Actually, I won't even be seen. And you see he just sort of takes off and starts trying to like sneak around the corridors and things.
I believe we are allies now, but please, although I would like to help you, I wouldn't want to get in trouble. This lady Durmont sounds like quite a interesting figure. I would hate for her to, well, kick me out. Could you do me that?
Oh, don't worry about me. I'll be fine. I won't let them know that you got me in this place.
Alright. He goes, say, if you are looking for a disguise, I'm actually your man. You see, I have here, and I'll just reach into my bag and pull out this like robes. I'll be like, I have here the vestments of the famed monster hunter Wait, no, it's not Van Helsing. It's Hellsinger. He was a famed hunter 200 years ago, and well, I suppose wearing one like this could make you emulate such one. Perhaps draw some. Oh, actually, you don't want attention, but perhaps it'll keep people away. And then I would look at him and be like,
Are you giving this to me?
well, I was going to charge 10 gold, but how about this? You get 10 gold. You can give that to me when we meet up, and I'll call it even.
Sounds like a grand idea.
Good. Now, if you don't mind, I'll take your clothes just as a bit of.
Kind of like, oh, all right then.
I'll just.
He like just starts stripping down. He like strips down to his sort of underwear and gives you his dirty clothes and chucks on this robe.
Now, if you want to complete the look, I do have some steaks, but they do cost. I'll just check because I put redonkulous prices on these steaks. Oh god. Shaking down. Oh, I'm just gonna say, these steaks, they do cost 5 gold each, but I suppose you don't need them. They are actually weapons of some sort. Good for the undead, I believe.
All right. Sure. I mean, I'm not really looking at fighting anything. I'm just here for the gold.
I guess that's we'll sell the costume more, but that is your money and will be mine as soon as you make it. I look forward in fancy ventures. Did he did he want them?
He kind of just sort of started
Yeah,
backing away.
he starts
and just,
backing
pulled out
away.
his face, yeah.
I'll be like, oh,
Um,
that's fine. Oh, that's very good. Yes, you should be able to get away. It's these robes, they just sort of look like priest robes. Just
Oh, nice.
like
Father.
yeah, father, yeah. Oh gosh, get ready for that later on. As he leaves, I go, good, showtime, and I'll shake my jacket out, and as I do, it'll just the colors will just invert, where like the green jacket will become a red jacket, and like everything just inverts, and then my moustache will just get a bit like more greasier, and slick back. He gets slicked back, and I'm like, oh, time to
Awesome.
party. And then I'll go to the...
You head back down to the dining area, and as you sort of walk in, you notice Niall and this man that seems to be wearing these black robes and sort of purple. He's got this massive purple ascot and a black hat. And Niall points him in the direction of the dining room as you kind of wind up at the same intersection together.
All right. How do you do, sir? Why, you look like a weathered fellow. You must have some stories to tell.
So of course, I've been around for many years. I've plenty of stories to tell. Maxim Borderline.
Ah, yes.
Pleasure.
Mercer Lee Mulligan III is pleased to make your acquaintance. Did you say Borderline?
Yes, I did.
Would I know that, or should I make a...
Roll a history check.
I'm looking
fucking
for
name, sir.
influential. Yeah. yeah. Oh, 18. I don't know what my history is there. I think it might be plus 4. Yeah, 18 though. Flat 18.
I would say, flat 18. I would say on an 18, yes, you definitely remember, or this name, Baudelaire. You know most of the famous and wealthy names in the realm, and this name rings true to you as well.
Oh,
You remember something about the Baudelaire family being hunters of the undead variety. Yeah.
Borderline, it's a pleased to make your acquaintance. Although I don't know Maxime like as reputation, just his family.
Just
his family.
I would say you know more of the name than the person.
Yes, the name alone.
What the family name is well known for. Yeah.
That's even that is quite intriguing. I say, as we're walking towards the dining, to the dining room, going down the hallway, I sort of did that like little jostle into a side and go, I say, have you ever thought about perhaps writing a book that could make a lot of money, and first-hand experience always sells. Perhaps we could title it The Brotherhood of the Borderline, or The Blood Domain of
Be honest, it has crossed my mind plenty of times over the years, but I know that I have plenty more stories to write, as you would say. So I think I would give it a little bit more time before I jot it all down.
Very well, but please think of me when you do. I would love to, as you say, release these books. Say, I don't mean to be pushy, but you wouldn't want to solidify my place in your life with a contract.
Oh, the timing of that music.
It just says I'm definitely not evil, but I'm not evil.
Is it? Is that what it says?
So,
literally the devil.
Let me send you.
I don't actually know what the contract says. I don't.
Let me send you most of the contract. Yeah.
I mean, like, oh, it's neither here nor there, but believe me, some people are willing to run out on a good thing, and I don't know about you, but I think we're more destined to what's here. I believe it's up there. There's where we're headed. Oh, but that's me talking.
Very intrigued.
Please, by all means, if you ever decide, you don't have to choose now. Just sort of do that look and see if he's like obviously like not interested. But I'll be like, oh, but we can.
I
talk
shall,
about-
of course, I shall keep it in mind for whenever I think we could do business. But I must warn you, sir. My partnerships never really last too long. For the business I am in, things can get out of hand.
You say out of hand, I say exciting, my friend. We shall see where this goes. By the way, as I walk off,
Of
I'll be like,
course.
I'll just pull out this like rack of like like how beer come where like inside it's just like a rack of steaks. And I'll be like, I couldn't interest you in these wooden steaks. They come from a legendary. Actually, you might know him, Hellsinger, the monster hunter.
Oh yes, I have, of course, heard of that name. Have I? I've heard of that name. I'm assuming.
You have definitely.
And like, are these steaks actually from him, or is he bullshitting me?
Good question. Roll an insight check.
I'll roll a persuasion or a deception check.
Yep. Done.
Insight, you say? Oh man, this is not. That, my friends. I don't know if it'll even show it. Wait, where's the camera? Where's the camera? Is it over here? Never mind. It's a net 20. Stupid camera phone. Nope, too dark. I don't want to move it. Ooh, ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Can you even see it?
Oh yeah,
Do I
well,
look dumb?
I can see the dice. Oh, the screen's frozen.
The string?
Oh,
Cool.
that's right. It's fixed itself.
We good? What
Yeah,
did you roll?
28. Net 20 for
28.
28.
And what did you roll? Nat 20. Sim, can you just jump into Room of Secrets real quick?
Oh yes, it is.
I would probably try and figure out where the living room is. Or where.
Yep. The dining room? Yep. So, oh yeah, Niall kind of, as he brings you over and says, this is the dining room, please enter and find yourself a place to sit.
I will politely smile back at him.
And he says, of course.
And then, yeah,
And he walks off.
I guess I'll do that. Not really paying attention to anyone or anything in particular, but just like being a wallflower, I guess, and just finding a seat, finding a spot where I can just have to myself.
Go ahead. Go and put yourself anywhere you like to in the dining room. At this point, are you guys still continuing your conversation, or are you heading in?
Oh, hidden. Oh, we see this lady.
Walking and
Walk
talking.
past. Yeah. Walking and talking. Anything interesting about the person who just passed us? Oh, Joe.
Sorry, that was my fault. Anything interesting about the lady that just walked past?
Like notable features.
You notice that she didn't appear to speak when Niall was talking to her. She kind of just nodded. You're not sure if it was because she's quiet. But you thought it was quite odd because most often people would say something like, thank you, or acknowledgement, but she was just kind of, and then walked off.
And how from her
Intriguing.
attire, how wealthy did she look?
She
Always on the prowl.
This guy. Well, you notice that she was an elf for starters, having the ear markings of an elf, and elves are normally well-to-do, I guess. Her attire seems to be quite simple but elegant. Yeah,
As she walks
but
past,
she's not wearing an enormous amount of gold or anything on her.
like they say, locket of an elven woman's hair. It's enough for 2 kingdoms. I don't know what that's to say. It's Galadriel's here.
She gave me 3 pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll walk in.
Cool. You hit on him. And at this, where are you? Oh, there you are.
Whoa.
Myra.
Yeah, I
you
can't
guys
see the
can remember-
map. Am I supposed to see the map?
Well, you can't see the map at all?
No, I can't see the map. It's all black.
Oh.
I thought I'd
okay.
just wait till you know.
Oops. Oh, and something else to let you know. The stream could hear what you were saying.
Yeah. What?
Oh,
The secret
so you were
room.
listening?
No.
Oh, really? You mean what
I
they were
don't-
saying in the private chat?
In the private chat,
Refresh
yeah, I got a
your,
message.
Yeah,
just sent another link.
I thought I muted
for
it. So.
Albert. Click on that. In general, Liz, there's a new link for Albert. Well, it's the same link. but
Okay.
It's a new-
Okay.
so if you can click on.
I understand. Wow, this is going to take a whole minute to understand.
So yeah, I got a message about people could hear you in the stream. I don't know if
Was
the
it for me
stream
or was it you guys? Because I
okay.
was they could hear Pete.
Oh, wow. Man, the zoom on this is quite intense, isn't it?
Oh, that's weird. They could hear.
Courtney knocked out on you, Pete.
Cora, you dog. Is she watching?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I gotta get used to it. I have to mute it because it's coming through my desktop. Although,
Got
when I
quite
put
a
up-
few people watching.
yeah, when I put up the screen,
Probably all us though.
yeah, when I changed the screen, it should have changed the thing too, the one with no music in it.
Okay, sorry.
Never met her before. Where she is. But you guys can go ahead and let me know what you want to do. And I'll say at this point, actually no, we'll hold off on you, Nico, for something a little bit more special.
He's gonna come in as a lightning bolt strikes.
What do you guys do?
Oh,
Take a seat.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
you.
Oh yes, of course. Oh, I'm moving your token. Sorry, I apologize. Please, just push you into the seat. Maybe I'll sit there. Oh, there's an odd space in between. Do you mind having an island to yourself? Is that?
These chairs, they don't seem to be able to move.
Yeah.
So you sit down next to each other?
Yeah. I'll sit down over there. This way.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, just like pretend that there's
Oh,
more
okay,
chairs there,
yeah,
that's
okay.
fine. Just this, yeah.
Ooh.
I'm like, is that
I see Lady Durmont has spectral seats.
Yeah.
Spectral, yeah.
They are
look
very
at
steady.
old Myra. So you see Mercer and
Right at the front.
Maxim. You see this lady, this really pale lady with white blonde hair, tall and thin, walk in not long after you guys sit down, and she sits at the head of the table.
Does she
You're
look
unsure
like?
whether she is.
Yeah, the Lady
Durmont.
Durmont.
Is that Lady
Roll an
Durmont?
inside check.
Yeah. I also just asked at the table, but inside check.
Yeah. Or you could ask someone sitting next to you. That's
Maybe first I'll inside check because I got the roll. So inside it's 8. 23.
You would say that because she sat at the head of the table, that it may be Lady Durmont.
But looking at her attire,
Looking at her attire, possibly not. She is wearing an elegant style of garb. However, I think it's more so from the fact that no one else reacts to her coming in and sitting down that it is most probably not Lady Durmont. Actually, yeah, you'd probably scope the room to see what everyone else is doing. Like, it's that awkward, like, is everyone standing up? No.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, and there was no sound of like horns, like fanfare, like.
No announcer.
I say this Lady Durmont, she's very humble.
Of course.
I'll introduce
Like
myself
all of us here.
to the people around if I can.
You see a lady sort of a couple of seats across from you. And she seems to be an older woman with a lot of jewellery over her face, over her her neck, and she's wearing this kind of robe, or this like a sash around her shoulder. And she appears to be sitting next to a younger woman. Across the table from them is a young man, kind of wearing a padded tunic with a thrown over overcoat. And next to him, you see the elven woman that walked in front of you. Sitting across the table from you, you notice a man with sort of scars across his face. He's got long grey hair, wearing like a fur overcoat with a plated brass armor underneath. And next to him, a large, thick man with this massive fur kind of sash around his shoulders. He's got a white shirt with the whole decked out collar and everything, gold trim all over his robes, and just he's huge. He's kind of you can't see any chair underneath him. He just swallows this massive man sitting. You're like, oh, is he floating on air? It doesn't look like he's sitting on anything, because he's kind of just probably sitting on 2 chairs. And that's all you. Oh, you see a few other people in the room, but they obviously aren't important enough to be sitting at the table. They kind of stand and eat around the room, like, off little platters and stuff. As food starts coming out and getting served onto the table, Let me just. Oh yeah, go on, carry on.
As you're sitting
You can
there,
sit down, music.
I'll sit down and
This
go.
music's a bit nuts.
Good evening, gentlemen. It's lovely to see we are in treasured acquaintance. Just introduce myself, and then I will. But,
To the men across the table.
yes. I'll. Do you know when you turn around and sort of hello. Try to just talk to everyone, and then I will. As we sit down, I'm sort of like, good evening. It's nice to see you all. I am going to subtle spell detect thoughts on who's the dumbest.
Who is the dumbest? Hang on, let me have a look. In the room? You're just taking any room?
Yeah, I'm just looking for someone who doesn't look too occupied with anything, who maybe daydreaming, or even
Yep, cool, gotcha. I would say that you're probably looking at this man here.
All right.
For one reason in particular.
I'll start with them, and then just throughout. I guess you don't have to actively do it, but I'm gonna keep detect thoughts as I'm looking at people, and just sort of see if I'm pinging any thoughts. Seeing how the flow is, just when you're getting a sense of the room, pretty much. It's like a flick between thoughts and minds. But I'm just looking out for any talk of ambitions or wants or worries. For some reason they go, oh geez, I wish no one discovers my chest of gold I've hid. That's just basically.
Sorry,
so
my music.
I'm not gonna peek any deeper.
Yeah, cool. I'll get to it in a second. My music player's just playing up. Hang on, let me just sort this out. It's very seriously. One moment.
And if you're going to come up with with a tune, you have to come up with words too.
This
Is that
You can
playing?
sing a jingle.
Oh, yeah.
I can hear that.
Cool.
I can hear it, yeah.
You detect thoughts on this man sitting across from you. At the moment, all you detect from him is just how glorious this food is. He's just in full smash. He's kind of picked up a turkey leg and you see him like, just like, this is fantastic grub.
What does he like the most?
Of the food?
Yeah.
Let's see. As he's sort of eating this turkey, you see he kind of gets halfway through this drumstick. He just throws it down as he just sees this fresh platter of carved up, roasted spit pork. You just see this pig, and he just starts grabbing his knife and carving into this pig and putting it on his plate. And you would assume that the pig is what he most enjoys.
Ah, yes. That pig looked surely delicious. I say, my friend, if you try that steak on the bottom of it, I think that's the one that contains the umami.
You see, looks up at you and he's got his mouth full with food. He's like, "Ooh, what?"
Umami, it's wonderful. I learned of it in a place called Johas, but on my times there exploring the jungles, I managed to come across a shaman who intrigued me with the secrets of food. Umami is a taste that cannot be described. Some say salty, some say savory. All they know is that it's delicious. Does he pick... I'll see if he picks up the pork chop.
He looks at you and he's like, "Do you have some of this umami?"
Oh yes, of course. I'll reach in. I'll grab a vial of water, and dip my glove in it and like flick it onto the pork chop. And I'll be like, umami. As I do, I'll cast prestidigitation to like umami his pork chop.
Fantastic, you just cast this prestidigitation without him even knowing it. He like grabs this thing, he starts like looks at it, he's like just smashes it into his mouth. He's like, wow, this is, yes, I can taste, no, but is it sweet? Is it, he like keeps, and he's like, sour? I was like, no, it can taste blueberry pie.
My friends, what you're experiencing is umami.
Like, this tastes like dinner, now dessert.
I like.
See his face starts turning violet.
You're turning violet. As I'll put a stopper on the vial and be like, I would love to share this with you, but I'm afraid it is my only vial, and it costs me a hefty 10 gold. Perhaps another time, sir.
Yes, I should quite like to have some more of that.
Speak to me later. Would be good. Actually, you know what? Have another one to me. I like dip my finger in it. Umami!
Buttering him up. So he grabs it and his eyes just go like glow, and then he just starts smashing into this umami.
Master Mulligan, by the way, you look like a man who doesn't need friends, but could need.
No, there's no time for friends. There's so much to do in a town that I manage.
Well, what about eating food? You've always got time for food.
Oh, well, yes, I've always got time for food.
Oh, that's a great thing. This, the umami, it comes from a place called Johas. I'm actually, I'll reach in close, like, actually looking for someone to secure a traveling route to head into the Johas region so I can extract the salt rock to make the umami salt. What do I call it?
Well, what would I gain from it?
Oh, that's fair enough. Let me just, as I just pull off contract, he goes, a week's sale of umami. We could, well, I bought this one for 10 gold. Let's say we make roughly 15 gold off a vial of umami. I would say you would get 1% of the profit once we have covered the startup costs and all of that. It would require a down payment of, well, although I would be looking for more benefactors. Look around. 2,000 gold at least.
1,000 gold?
Not just for the one person, of course. I don't expect this, but this venture is something I am passionate about.
Oh, please. 2,000 gold is measly.
Oh, really? Well,
I'm good.
I don't. As I say, I don't want you to have to pull out the money now. Of course, we can sort this out at a later date, but I will, if you don't mind. I pop it down. As it does. It just says exactly what I see about the 10%,
awesome.
About the 1% rate, 2,000 gold startup fee characters.
He looks at this contract and he pulls out his pen out of his own pocket as his quill, and he's just like going through a quick read. He's like, yes, you know, signs it. You see the name that he signs, Aramath Webster. Signs it, and then it just vanishes as he writes. And then he says, have it sent to my office, boy.
Will do. Oh, am I the boy?
Yep.
He says, I say, oh, thank you to compliment me as one so young. I appreciate it greatly. It is done. My run, and then I like click my fingers, and the little monkey would just pop out of nowhere, and be like, and I'll be like,
He pops up.
I'm like, please. Take this to the mayor's office at once. I apologize. I didn't get the address. Is it written on there?
Just take it to the mayor's office of Oddmount.
Hey, Oddmount. All right, mayor of Oddmount.
Little cameo in there thing.
Yeah. I know.
Odd Mount, you say?
Odd man.
Multiversal.
Okay.
That's set up. Once again, I'll be like, of course.
Let me write this name up. Now I think everyone's met him.
I'm like, Meredith Webster, this contract is to go to his mayor office at Oddmount. I suppose it won't take you too long. Ha! Oh, and I'll once again sparks, and then I'll just throw the mic in the air. As it does, it's just gonna poof, disappear. And then, ha!
Awesome. It disappears. Now we will jump across real quick to Holmes, who's been waiting patiently. Alright.
Ooh. Is he like scaling the side of the building, like his back to the wall, like?
Is there a dance-off about to happen?
Yeah. Is there another
Monsieur
Holmes?
Winston, you enter into the manor. What do you do?
Before I enter into the dining room, Holmes kind of takes a moment to himself just to take a deep breath. And he just thinks to himself that although this is his day off, it would be nice to take some precautions, and he's gonna cast non-detection on himself.
Nice.
And I'll
Um,
enter the dining room.
Kyokyo. What spell did you do? Non-detection.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you hide a target. So what is so your hide a target that you touch from divination magic. So divination magic can't be used against you. Is that right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
Nice.
you don't want to get your mind read? What's going on?
And do you enter into the dining room?
I do.
As you walk into the dining room, you kind of have this swagger. You've got your staff and your cane. You're wearing a hat. As you walk in, you notice sorry, there's a bug flying across my face. You notice that the room is full with people. Supper's been served already. People are already eating, and you notice everyone in the room and roll a perception check. One perception check, real quick.
New characters, so new abilities. Eight.
Alright. Oh, gee, that music's a bit. As you walk in, you gain a quick. You count everyone in the room, basically. Kind of, from your experience, these events, it pays to keep a track on people. You've pretty much memorized everyone's face in this room already as you've walked in. Although some of them you don't know their names, some you have a recollection of, particularly a man sitting over here. You know him to be General Parkus, who you have. This is not the right damn music.
Yeah.
See what happens when my music thing breaks down, bro? Like, I had all this cool music, and then.
I'm actually vibing with this hard right
You
now.
are? What?
This is like The Incredibles, right? This reminds me of The Incredibles.
Yeah.
Where they're like sailing across the water and she's like, "Tsh."
Yeah, no. This is so not. Let's try this. Oh, I can hear the lake. Anyway, you've memorized everyone in this room basically. You recognize General Cornwell Parkus sitting there across the hall. What do you do, Mister Winsome?
I'll
I'm gonna write everyone's names on their characters just because it's hard to remember everyone's damn names.
I'll walk around the table and I'll sit next to the general. Just making my way there.
As you sit down next to General Parkus, he looks at you and says, he's kind of noticed you walk in and says, Holmes, it's good to see you.
Yeah, pleasure's all mine.
What brings you here? I was not aware that you were going to be present.
Well, to be honest, I wasn't actually expecting myself to be here, but I found that my calendar was empty, so might as well spend a couple nights here.
Indeed. And how is the private eye doing?
Never better.
You will keep your eyes peeled, won't you?
What can I say? It's part of the job description.
Indeed. And he keeps eating. Winsome, you notice a man sitting across from you, who kind of has a bougie kind of presence. You just see sort of from his interactions with other people, the way that he's sort of looking across the room. You look like you gain an understanding that he's probably scoping out the room as much as you're scoping out the room, but in a really nonchalant. He's not being subtle about it. He's really he's kind of looking around, like, oh yeah, kind of having a look to see who's in the room. Someone that does sort of draw your attention is this person sitting over here, an elven woman with white hair, kind of really quiet. She doesn't appear to be interacting with anyone. Doesn't appear to be talking to anyone. Doesn't appear to be kind of just sitting there eating her meal. Who you're familiar with, I guess, her race and her type of elf that she is. You're quite proficient in gauging people and knowing their sort of what species or what descent they are, what type of race they are. But the rest of the room is pretty chill. Is there anything particular that you wanting to look more into?
I've never seen Miss Durmont. Would I recognize the one at the head of the table as her?
Roll an insight check.
That is a D12. Insight?
Yeah.
Ooh, not bad. A dirty 20.
It's really, you know it's not her. Your skill at observation leaves you with a definite knowledge in your mind, at least, that that's not Lady Durmont. Looking around this room, you know that she's not here. You can just tell by reading the room.
Well, I'll just I have a collapsible cane, so I'll just collapse it on itself and just place it down on the ground.
Nice.
Just
You place your cane on the ground, and you start eating. Oh, I forgot to name this person. Hang on, let me just check your name. Myra. What are you doing as you sit at this table?
Is Mars
Engaging in conversation
she's
with
gonna
anyone?
serve
or-
food. Is it vegetarian or is it meat based? Because I feel like as a
Um,
druid should only really eat vegetarian food.
There's a variety of foods.
Wonderful.
Or
So
yeah.
she's picking up the vegetarian stuff. No, she's not really particularly interested in making conversation to anybody around her. She's just kind of looking at everybody else, seeing what she can glean, not really saying too much about herself. She'll engage if somebody engages with her, but she won't directly attempt to make conversation.
You notice a familiar person walk past you, kind of just brushes, feel like a brush of fur on your back as this thing walks past you,
Oh,
kind of walks over.
do I know who this person is?
You do now.
I do now.
Oh, you're not looking at the thing.
No, I'm
That's
staring at it.
that's
Hold on.
Tom Takane.
It's Tony.
Tony Takane.
Oh, Tony. Sorry. I wasn't looking at it when I first started. Yes. Ah, yes. He's way down in the middle of the table. Crap. Okay. Well, his name is getting longer.
Just Tony's fine.
Yeah, she's kind of viewing people at the table, viewing anybody she thinks might be suspicious, just kind of keeping an eye out, picking in any, like, vegetarian aspects of the food, that kind of thing. I wouldn't say she goes to directly make conversation with anybody.
Awesome.
Keeps a nice high and mighty look about her.
Marakita. As you sit at the table, you're sort of finishing up your meal. You notice this large furry man comes and sits down next to you. This bugbear-looking creature sits down next to you and starts eating off his plate. He looks at you and kind of does like raises his eyebrows, kind of while eating says, "Do I know you?"
I will stop eating and slowly turn to him and just smile with a smile on my face, just shake my head.
So as if to say no.
Yeah, just to say no.
Roll a deception check.
23.
23. You see he looks back at you and says, "Huh. I was really sure for a second there I thought I knew you. Oh, never mind. Hey, so, what's your name?"
Um, in his head, he's just gonna hear me introduce myself as Mari, just like a nickname.
As you say, Mari, like, start talking to him in his head, he kind of like, "Well, what the? How you doing then?"
I'm just gonna not ignore him, but just put my attention back onto my food and just try to avoid the conversation.
You see, he kind of just, whatever. And he like gets back into eating his meal. It's at this point that as you guys continue eating and sort of dining, Niall Bonnevet enters into the room, sort of stands at the end in front of everyone and says, "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you have all finished your meal, we will proceed into the ballroom. It appears that entertainment has finally arrived. As following which, Mrs. Durmont, Lady Durmont, will appear to the room."
Can I just flick a detect thought to see what's going on in his mind real quick? On Niall.
Yep.
Any?
As you detect thoughts on Niall, you see that he is thinking about the itinerary. He's thinking about what, now that the meal's over, it's time for everyone to enter the ballroom. Lady Durmont will make her entrance. Music will be played. People will listen to the entertainment. He's sort of going through the list of what he needs to do, making sure that the front of house staff are clearing the tables, making sure that all the guests are comfortable, yada yada yada.
Good. Last one. I'll detect thoughts. Old rich lady to the south.
To the south. This person?
Yes.
Oh, yep. As you detect thoughts, you sort of surface level thoughts is disgust at the moment.
And anyone in particular?
At the creature sitting opposite her.
The Can I
The
assume?
elf. No.
That's it. I was like, whoa, she hates elves, isn't it? Let's go. Okay.
She's racist.
She's racist.
At the bugbear.
I'll do that thing where I like look and then like just cast my eyes at the bugbear and see what the bugbear's doing. What the dog doing?
You're gonna detect thoughts on him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's as you start detecting his thoughts, he's eating, and you hear him say, like, sort of like, "I'm sure I swear I know this. Where can I have? No. And he's just going over like saying that he knows someone, but he's trying to remember where. That thought was like, man, if I could just Google it, but.
Hey, I'll just walk. If I could just Google it, if I just had a photo like on my phone where I could be like, yeah, this is you. I'll be like, good evening, as I make way over. My name's Mercer Lee. I see we're about to head into the ballroom to watch a performance. I say though, when you walked in, you surely catch an eye, my friend. I suppose you're not a hairy human like myself, or an elf. What might be you?
Yeah, well, what do you expect?
Oh, and I love the accent. Quite urban. Are you from, like, Times Square, Neverwinter, or...?
What accent? I don't got an accent. You're the one with an accent.
Has it been a minute of listening to him talking?
In his mind, or just like out loud? You mean?
Just need to hear it. Like, have heard his voice.
Yeah. I'd say by the time he's sort of listening to him and going to talk to him. Yeah.
I'll be like, well, see, the thing is that most people, although I'm a bit, my accent is for the radio, but you see, I talk like this, and you talk like this, and I'll just perfectly emulate his voice, like, perfectly. And I'm like, he's
like, oh, huh, that's a neat trick.
Oh yes, well, no, it's your accent. It's I guess it could be unique. Anyway,
yeah, well, this is how we talk in Old York.
Old York. Is that legit? Oh, I like it. I'm writing it down.
Well, it's not new, is it?
Oh, I guess it's been around a long time. Mercer, by
I'm
the way.
an Old Yorker.
Old Yorker from Jersey. I mean, from Sweater. From Sweater, Old York.
Yeah, I just spent some time at Central Park and.
Oh, that's funny. I met someone from Stopston, which is I believe just north of Old York. I can't even do the accent anymore. I'm not gonna try. Oh, I didn't spend enough time with them to get the accent. By the way, I didn't catch your name. Did he introduce his name? Jesus. Ah. Sure.
No, he didn't. Not to you.
Oh yeah. Oh, the name's
The
Mercer Lee.
name's Mercer. The name's Tony Tarquini.
Tony Tarquini. Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you. I must say you
This
are an
music's a bit
intriguing
dull.
theater. Have you thought about taking your physique on the road? There's a lot to be made. One such as you. And I mean that in the term of raw power behind you. I can sense it now just looking at you.
What do you mean taking on the road? What do you think I'm doing here?
Oh, you're already on the road. I apologize.
Yeah, well, not me. I'm just here to make sure that the entertainment's safe.
Oh my. Oh.
Oh,
This-
speaking of which,
Yeah.
and you see he gets up like quickly, and makes his way. Yeah, I forgot. So she's here now, and he takes off like real quick.
Whoa. Lady. No, it's quiet.
Oh,
I just like.
we say that like sorry. Did you? Are you? Yep. She
yeah.
looks at you and says, "Oh, hello there."
Oh yes, you. If you don't mind me, you have the essence of someone of great respect and power and allure.
Oh, well, why, thank you.
It's my misfortune to not have caught your name. Tell me, dear woman.
Belladonna.
Belladonna. Oh,
And you are.
the name's Mulligan. Mercer Lee Mulligan. Oh yeah.
Oh, are you related to Brennan Mulligan?
Well, you see, he is my much more orange cousin. That much is true. But
Oh,
he's very
indeed. No, look.
witty.
Yes, no, he was a jester for a moment, and now Palace.
It's good to see he's
Used to
come
tell
up in the world.
stories for the young ones.
Oh, really? Yes. And believe me, he can sure tell them. Ask him how the calamity went.
I'll be sure to do that. Yes, of course. If you will excuse me, I'm making my way into the chamber room now.
Oh yes. I'll just accompany them, I guess.
Yeah, she's going to start heading her way into the ballroom. Is everyone heading into the ballroom, or is anyone wanting to have another conversation in here? Cool. We make our way.
Yep, we'll make our way.
Making our way.
I'll just pick everyone up and move you over. Give me a second. Oh, gee, I'm gonna make sure. I'm just gonna put you guys at the door, and you just like move your character where you want to go. All right, cool. Yada yada yada.
I think the
Alright,
fog
I'm just
wall's
gonna-
up if we're...
Yeah. I'm just
Ooh.
rearranging everybody.
Ooh.
You enter into this room. It's a massive ballroom with a nice grand piano at the end of it. It's nice padded furniture all around the room, the finest white leather. And sitting at the grand piano, playing a beautiful piano tune, is a lovely young woman. and standing in the corner, sort of just watching her, is the Tony, who you remember as being Tony Takini. Although that's not his token. I don't know where his actual token went. There must be another Tony out there somewhere.
Oh, there is something.
Found it. Yes, yeah, no. Here's the actual one. Let me get rid of that one. Cool. What are you guys doing? You enter this room, this beautiful music's playing.
Ooh.
Oh, is it playing?
I hear nothing.
Oh, here we go.
Never mind. There it is.
Does
As she starts singing, you notice a sweet, beautiful tone of voice. A voice like you haven't heard among your typical taverns or inns. This is a world-class voice. Also, you feel as you listen to it, each of you kind of just mesmerized by the tone. You were saying?
Oh no, the music's nice. I'm just chilling now. Is this running up the hill?
I don't know.
I was gonna say is old Myron's invisible now. He's gonna be this little floating thing.
Yep.
I'll get him to poke around and just sort of float, like float above people, just listen to their conversations. See if any.
Yep, Mara.
Yeah. Oh,
What's his
Myra.
name?
It's
funny that his name is Myra and there's a Myra.
Oh,
you see, it's
that is
confusing me.
Literally, there is a Myra. in
Myron. Wait,
Oh, Myra.
Myron.
and when did we find out that your name was Myra? Because did I just pull that out of my? I must have heard you say it.
No, you haven't found out my name is Myra, but my name is Myra.
Oh yeah, but just then, in terms of meta, because
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
I fished that name out of the sky. So if I
yeah.
as it's floating around, instead I'll be like, okay, as just sort of this dull noise goes, and I just stare around, look into the sky. I'll be like, gosh, what's a good name? Myron,
monkey?
yeah, for a monkey. I'll say
Myron's.
I'll call him.
As long as I remember there's a D on it, it shouldn't be too.
I'll call him.
To remember.
His name is Matt Brennan.
No, there's got to
Matt Mercer. Name of Matt Mercer. My monkey's name is Matt Mercer.
Matt, it's Brat Menon. I'll just say it's Winston.
Brett.
I'll go, Winston. Oh, survey the area. See if
we've got Winston. We've got Mixon. We've got Winston.
We have Winston. You're pulling out everybody else's name.
Oh my gosh!
Just call it Travis.
Okay, I'm challenging you.
Travis.
Pick a monkey's name that starts with S.
S.
Pick a monkey's name that starts with S.
I just went straight
Just
for
call
my
him
name.
George.
Yeah.
George.
I'll name him Coco. I guess it's Coco. But C0.
C030.
Coco.
C0030.
Coco. Be a lad and scope the area. Perhaps there's someone in need of help or friends. I'll get them to survey, and I guess if something pops up, he'll let me know. As it does, there's a voice because he has an intelligence rating. He's like, Did you want to do a voice?
The monkey has an intelligence. No,
Yeah.
yeah, you go. You go.
You just hear it's like the oaths, the calls, the voices, they speak out, and I'm like, oh, gosh, Coco, not this. Speak normally. Where would you have me? I'm trying to sound like Hal 3000. I'm sorry.
So
I'm sorry, I
he
cannot
can
do that, Mercer.
What's his intelligence level?
11. He's smarter than
Gee.
Jack the Black.
Yeah, what the hell? So he can listen to the conversation and then report stuff back to you.
Yeah, we're telepathically connected.
Gee,
Talk to me.
that's bloody correct. All right, you and over here, this conversation between these two, you're listening to this man here just pretty much gloating about how wealthy he is and how great his business has been going, selling gems and jewelry. That probably pique your interest.
I stand up. Does the floor look like it's one that can be traversed, or is it rude to?
Floor. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, as I stand up, I'm like, lovely music. I'll just pull out a wine glass, like swirl around, be like, do that thing where I look like, great, beautiful, great, beautiful. I'll walk over and I'll be like, Aramaeus? I'll put Aramaeus. Gosh, Dad. Aramaeus.
Oh no, it is Arameth. My bad. I spelled it wrong.
Aramaeus. It's Aramaeus. It's good to see you. And excuse me. I want to introduce myself.
This is Mr. Sebastian.
Mr. Sebastian. My name is Mercer.
Yep.
Mercer Lee Mulligan, at your service.
Well, it really is nice to meet you.
You look like an enterprising fellow, I can tell by your lovely attire.
Well, of course. I have jewelry from top to bottom. What are you looking for?
Whoa, you're in the jewel sales, are you?
I'm not in the jewel sales. I'm in the jewel creating, selling, harvesting. Everything to do with jewels, I do it.
Oh, this is lovely. Aramaeus, you remember how I told you about the venture into Jorhas to obtain this umami rock salt? Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
I look forward to seeing the progression with this venture.
the fruits of our labor will surely come much faster than I imagined, especially with your help. But this Jorhasian region is quite untouched, and believe me, the sights I have seen brings a tear to my eye. The amount of joy we could bring. And gold, of course. Sebastian, these jewels you say you create, you wouldn't be able to perhaps work with jewels you have not seen.
I can work with any type of jewel.
I'm like,
There's no jewel that I cannot see, have not seen, and won't be able to work with if I see it.
This is quite interesting. I'm looking to set up my second venture with a much larger party, and Aramaeus has kindly pledged to help with this party with, of course, dividends on his end on a successful venture on gaining the rock salt. But I must say, there are jewels, although I did not think of obtaining until I had gained what I had originally came for, the umami salt. But this piques my interest. Could you be interested in perhaps obtaining these jewels?
Roll a persuasion check.
Right. Probably don't. Do I get advantage for gussing up the story?
I would say since you've got Aramaeus interested, that Sebastian's probably curious.
That is a 18.
Cool. He looks at you and says, "No, look, I don't need any other ventures. I am rather well off on my own."
Oh, that's fair enough. Hey, fine deal. We can look for things of this. Ooh, no, that's no good. That was 16. But even then, he failed. I'll look at him and be like, very well, I can see you are a man who obtains their riches on their own. A self-made man, yes. Perhaps
Indeed.
I could do you a service. Is there anything you need? One with such power, such influence, surely could do with a bit more.
Huh. I'll let you know if anything comes up.
Thank you. As a gift, I'd like to introduce you to some of the fineries of our Jorhashian region. I've got a bottle of perfume. As I sort of prestidigitation, try to make it look a bit more gussy, open it up, and like, it'll smell like, what does he smell like?
What does Sebastian smell like?
Yeah,
Gold.
gold. Yeah, this as I opened it up, it just smells like almost as if it's like dipped in like jewels and diamonds and a bit of like aromatic is that like hibiscus and mint, like and citrus just all mixed up.
As he smells it, it's just you should bottle that. Get into the perfume industry.
Well, I do actually have some perfumes if anybody is interested, but I won't try to hawk this off now. See this as a gift, and please, if you ever need anything, let me know. Perhaps entertainment.
Indeed. If I should think of use for your talents, a man of your stature, I believe I will have my people look you up.
All right, I'll walk away, but I'll leave Coco there. See what
Okay.
they're saying.
Cool. As you walk away, you sort of hear from Coco sometimes past. Sebastian says to Aramith, "You're really doing business with that guy?" "Oh yes, I look for some umami." Says, "Gee, Aramith, that's a con man if ever I saw one." What do you mean? Gee. You know what? If you want to do business with him, that's your problem. You go ahead, do business. I don't want to have anything of it. Oh. And then they just enter a little bit of an argument about sort of the Aramath is pretty sold on the fact that he's going to be making umami moolah.
Hey, with his funding, we will surely give it a try.
At this point, the music sort of stops playing, and you look at the top of the up at this area of the room. A sort of butterfly just flies in and kind of lands on this cabinet here. And then it starts to unfurl, sort of growing, its wings start fluttering until this ball in the color of a butterfly's wings just starts rolling around midair. And then as the wings start opening up, just kind of like it just grows larger and larger. And as it unfurls, at its center, just light starts coming out of this butterfly's wings. And standing before you, And as this happens, you see everyone around the room stands up immediately. Lady Durmont.
Guess I'll stand up.
Everyone sort of bows to her. And she signals everyone to sit down. Does everyone stand up?
Yes.
Yeah. Is there anyone that doesn't stand up? No? Cool.
Did no one else stand up? Rude!
As Lady Durmont signals for everyone to sit down, she looks around the room and she says, "Good evening, one and all. I welcome you to my manor. I am very grateful that you could all join me here this evening. I hope you enjoy the food, and we invite you to listen to the most wonderful music which has been provided to us by none other than Carlotl Epininski. After the music has been provided, if you have brought a gift, now would be the time to leave it at the table." And she signals to the table behind. After which, I will see to it that your gifts are taken down to the cellar. Now, before we carry on with the rest of the evening, in each of your rooms you will find the small quantity of residium that I have decided to gift each of you. It is unfortunate that today marks the day that residium will no longer be traded with anyone throughout the rest of this. With anyone within this building. All contracts for residium will be brought back to my scopes, and I will be redirecting the way that residium is traded. If your business requires residium, or if we have been doing business, we will cease business from today forward. I thank you all.
Is he like a
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Oh no!
There's outcry. Not verbal, but you can see people getting quite upset.
Are any of us upset?
None of you are upset, strangely enough.
As yeah, can I look for? Does anybody look like they've had their heart broken by this, or they've sort of got the look of someone where I know if I've messed up on stage and I'm trying to I'm fishing, like I'm flailing for how am I going to get out of this? Does anybody look like that?
No.
Hmm.
There's a lot of disappointment. There's a lot of really stern looks as you look around the room.
Do we know what residium is? Just because I don't, out of character.
Yeah. Residium. I'll just break down for everyone. Residium is probably the most valuable thing in all of the realm. Hands down. Worth more than gold, worth more than platinum, worth more than any jewel, any diamond. Residium is the residual dust that is left behind when a magical item has been broken down. It is, in its purest form, magical dust. It's like the spice of this realm. But it's used for magical purposes.
Is it
But
like
it's
a
very, very valuable.
like a spell enhancer or something, or could be used for that?
It can be used for multiple things. Yeah, but it's very
Thanks.
valuable. And now that you each hear of this, you come to understand that why Durmont is probably the wealthiest person in all of the realms, because she runs the Residium throughout the realm. Her estate is built off harvesting Residium and trading it.
Aye, this night gets more interesting. Why would someone... I just openly monologue to myself, I guess, no. Why would someone who's made their entire life gains of this object now wish for it to be gone? What say you? I just turned to the lady.
You to who you
Yeah, I'm just sorry.
where are
I'm
you?
standing right by this random person. So I just openly
Um,
monologue
where's
this, and
your
then just like,
Oh.
what say you,
uh
beautiful maid?
uh I I don't know. I wasn't expecting that.
Yes, curious, very curious. I don't actually care. Just not as strange. By the way, the name's
Yeah,
Mercer.
no,
Just leave it.
I thought it was strange too. Marianne, nice to meet you.
Marianne,
Marion.
Mary on.
Marion.
All right, Marion. Maid Marion. That's it. Sorry. So
Um
I'll uncover the names for us. I'll just keep asking for people's names.
yeah, let's look it up. I'll write it on. It's just no, look, we came to celebrate my fiance Vepa is Lady Durmont's nephew. We're here to celebrate. We thought. Never mind. As you see, like visibly, like the man sitting next to her, just like sort of nudges her, like as if to stop talking.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I didn't mean to intrude on you. Pleasure to meet you. Master Mulligan, we met in the dinner. You are the lady's nephew? I wouldn't even, if he doesn't want to respond, it's like, well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I hope this doesn't affect you badly at all.
He just nods.
Whoop. Just walk off. So,
Damn it, thanks way too OP for stuff like this. Brilliant. At that point, so cool. Let me just jump across to Marakita for a second. Marakita, as you sort of listen to the music as it starts, as she starts playing again, the voice is very familiar. Although you haven't heard it for a long time, you know Carlotl Epinensky as being a performer that you went to the Bards Academy with. I'll leave you with that. Is there anything any questions you have about her?
Would I know how how she's doing in life? Like, do we keep in touch, or
You don't keep in touch. You haven't been in touch for years since you stopped performing yourself. But you know that she's successful. You know well enough now to know that she's living a great life.
I would, during her performance, I would probably physically like deflate, and just appreciate her talent, but also just like almost feel pain. But I wouldn't really initiate anything with anyone or anything. I'd hide in my corner and wallow.
When you said deflate,
Nice.
I literally pictured like an alien, like your body just like.
Like Baymax.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Lady Durmont starts talking as people start coming up to her and start, engaging with her. Various people start bringing up gifts and putting them on this table behind her. She's nodding as they bring gifts.
Is anybody going up to talk to her personally, or?
They do, but in a sort of like by way of putting the gift like Lady Durmont, like, but not you don't notice much. Like long conversations happening.
Myra will go and present her gift at the table, and then I'm probably going to have to shoot out of the session because I have work tomorrow. I have to get up at 4, so.
Oh, you and I was like, I have to get up at 4. Yeah. So
I don't start work till 8, so.
What?
But
I get up at 4.
Sounds like D&D.
Yeah, D&D.
I would if I didn't have to wake up at 4 a.m. I'm pretty cranky at that time, so.
Yeah, I go to work at 5, but I wake up at like 8.
I wish.
Those ones. Cool. You go up, Myra, and you put your gift at the table. Do you say anything to Lady Durmont? You walk up to her and she looks at you and says,
I'll just give her a nod. Like a very graceful nod.
She looks at you for a moment. Oof. It's gonna happen.
Just stabs you.
As you put your gift down, she looks at you and she says, "Dear, that is no way to speak to your mother." And we'll end the session there.
Yeah! 0 deaths!
I wasted 1,000 gold pieces!
Hey, that was purely for the gift. Alright.
I would drink it in front of her damn face.
Oh, that is
Do
cool.
that! Yeah, this is wicked. Oh, like, wait, if you did it for what's a bottle of wine, I just rip it and just glug it.
Yeah, definitely
Literally.
a bottle of wine.
Chug it back. I want to chug back the wine. I want to chug back the wine so hard.
That's it. If that happens, someone's like, ooh.
Oh, I so knew you were going to do this
God.
to me.
So, bit of a
Sneaky.
slow session.
I mean, no one heard
it's
that,
all-
really.
Intro stuff.
Yeah, no one actually heard that.
Okay.
Apart from Maxim, who's right next to
Possibly Maxim. Possibly
Maxim's like,
Possibly.
Maxim's like, what?
It's gonna require a DC 20
A perception check.
Does my passive perception help with that?
What is your passive perception?
22.
Whoa!
What?
Nice. Yeah,
Did
bro.
I say DC 20?
Yeah.
25.
Yeah, bro.
20, no, 23.
Changes it constantly gets higher as
No,
it
no,
loses
no.
passive
You
perception.
better get used to the old
Damn.
passive perception not working.
Dude,
I've got
passive perception
Yeah.
of
I've got a
22.
30.
It's the worst.
I've got a 30 passive perception. It don't help for shit. People sneak up to it. I'm like, did I not catch that with a passive perception? Like, no, you didn't.
No.
Gnarly.
Because you're passively not paying attention.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Although poor Zaxxus is even worse because he literally sees in 360 degrees.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
did he see anything? No. He didn't catch the thing behind him that's like giant? No.
Yeah. But that's the
He's
thing
looking at the ground the whole
right?
time.
You can have like the ability points like right up, or the points right up there. But like in realistic, like in reality, you can get snuck up on, like, you know,
Yeah.
like it's like
At least you got that feat which says you can't be surprised.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's right. Anyway, so yes, it's a slow sesh to build up because there's a lot of lore to get and a lot of role play to get through.
I hope you don't mind. I'm
Things will start getting more and more interesting because each of you have a little storyline that you have to follow.
Thank you.
To
Hey guys.
to get through to the end. Except the only one that I haven't actually spoken to yet is you, Nico. But yours will be yeah.
I think
I'll be in touch with you throughout this week.
Nico feels like he's Poirot, like he's literally just been like, "There's been a murder, and we shall find the killer."
Yeah. He is.
Hey, just saying, guys, you know, it's okay to sign a contract with this guy. He's just, you know.
Hey, meta gaming. No way. Deal with the devil, metagaming.
Yeah, so I think that first session, another 3 sessions to go. Are you guys all good with weekly?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Just because it's 4 sessions and then it's
yes,
done.
I would. Oh, okay.
Potentially the 4th week I might have a bit of trouble, but we'll see where I am.
Okay. Cool, yeah, all good. Keep in touch, and if we need to change it on that
Oh,
last one,
we
we
might-
can
Third week,
do it on another day or
third
whatever.
week, 4th week I'm moving, so we'll just have to see.
Well,
what
mate,
I'm doing.
all you
I'm keen
guys,
for whenever.
yeah, all you guys are in my
She's
session.
ditching us to go to
so
Wellington.
next week is going to be crazy. You guys okay with that? Because we'll have literally Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
We're not on tomorrow?
We are not. It's my wedding anniversary.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's got his
Oh,
anniversary.
Uh,
You're going to the theatre, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, like Queen, a night at the theatre.
Yeah. So next week for
Yeah.
thing. All right, cool.
But we'll
Because
figure
I'll be there for next week's session, and then I'm in Wellington that weekend, and then I'm back for a week, and then I'm moving hopefully the week after. So
Cool.
we'll see how it goes.
I'm missing
I
you.
have no idea yet.
Because I am conscious
It does-
about people's speaking time, so I'll try and I'll just like try to chat it out, and then you can
Yeah.
chat it.
Well, the 4th session of Cluedo should be all good because I've got because the November that I'm moving, the first week I've actually got that week off, so I'll actually should be okay in that week, but we'll just see. Depends if I have a place to live or not. If I don't have a place to live, it might be
Shit.
different.
The plot gets thicker.
Yeah. If I don't find a place to live in the next 3 weeks, I'll let you know. Because that might be a bit interesting, but we'll see.
Mulligan may help with.
I might have to go mobile Discord. Might have to go mobile Discord for a couple months until I figure it out. Who knows?
struggle.
Let's hope not.
Alright.
Coolios, does anyone have any questions before we wrap it up?
Oh, that was
No,
cool.
but I absolutely 100% knew you were going to do this to me.
Yeah. You said you were leaving.
It's-
He'd be like, okay, the plot's coming on you. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because we
Well,
created my
cliffhanger.
character this morning. Pete and I created my character this morning, and I was like, oh, I don't know what Pete's going to do to me in this 4-shot, and now I know. I'm like, oh, now I know what he's going to do.
What do you
Screw
mean?
you.
This is just gonna be a 4-shot campaign where nothing happens. It's all like very mundane. We just work
We're
out.
just partying all weekend.
Yeah, we just
I
work
know.
out
I was
what
like,
happens.
man,
well,
I had all
what
my
was-
background details in my head sorted for when people like grilled me questions. Now I have to change everything. Pete.
Well, you know,
Oh no one knows.
the first sessions of 4-shots are typically
Introduce you.
the lore building episode, and then it's not until the second episode that
Yeah, well, you know,
kicking
to
off.
be honest, I was surprised we didn't get the someone's been killed, and then it's-
Nah, different plot hook for the end of this first session.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, when we all go to sleep.
And then things will start kicking off.
Oh, GG, I'm excited.
That's cool.
Excited.
Mm-hmm.
If we wanted to like
Yep.
cast a spell or do an action without any of the other group knowing, do we just send it to you or like?
Send me a message, yeah, if you want it to be secret.
Okay.
Because I get messages on Discord pop up. I try and check them as regularly as I can. Otherwise, just if you there'll be for this there'll be a lot of, I was saying this to Liz this morning. There'll be a lot of like going into the room of secrets throughout these sessions, because there's a lot of stuff that I want you guys to know and I don't want everyone to know, just to stop that whole meta side, because this you know, it's that whole like if someone walks off into another room and you're like, wait, that's just happening in this room. I'm gonna go there now.
Yeah,
it's like
I'm
we want
going
to
in
avoid
there.
a lot of that. Yeah. Because it's like, oh, there over there, I'm gonna. So there'll be a lot of like connivery going on, I guess. But
Real
Yeah.
secrets.
Yeah.
Not
just-
metagame secrets. There'll be
Yeah,
real
but-
secrets.
yeah. If you want,
Love it.
if you want something to be just between you and I, chuck it in that chat, or even in your like your little
Secret
chat for
chat.
your
Chat.
character
Oh, yeah,
that I've
and
made.
the-
You can put it in there, because I can easily check that. And then I'll send you some stuff through there as well as things crop up. But yeah,
Exciting.
cool.
Your secrets. Hey, you gotta do that. You know, someone casts a spell, cheeky, and then you just say to someone, "Oh, can I get you to make a deception check?" And then they're like, "What? Why?" Just do it. Just do a deception check, and then get even more crazy where you just start asking people to do checks and no one's done anything. Like no one's done a spell, no one has asked for an insight check. You just like, can I get you to make a medicine check? 14.
Just to fuck with everyone.
Okay. 14.
Mm.
You notice nothing.
But no, it's each of you have got some cool stuff planned out. At least if you guys figure it out. But once everyone's gone, if Nico, if you've got 5 minutes, we'll just have a chat once. Sweet.
Alright.
But,
GG boys.
Does anyone any other questions? Everyone's all good? Cool.
No.
I'm gonna jump out.
See ya.
Cool. See you, Liz.
I'll put the end on.
Bye.
Woo!